Have you ever opened a medical bill and thought, wait, I thought Medicare covered that? Picture this. You've just had a procedure. You're relieved it's over until the bill shows up. It's a common shock. Medicare covers a lot, but not everything, and those uncovered costs can add up fast. Did you know one small choice during open enrollment could cost you hundreds, even thousands next year? That's why it's so important to understand what Medicare's 2026 changes cover. I'm Vicki Joern, a financial advocate who helps people make sense of financial decisions that come with change. And right now, one of the most confusing transitions millions of Americans are facing is navigating Medicare. Whether you're just turning 65 or you're reviewing your coverage during open enrollment, understanding what's changing and what those changes mean to you can make a real difference in both your healthcare and your wallet. Joining me today is Carl Joern, a licensed insurance agent who works alongside his clients to help build protection for their future. Everything from retirement income and life insurance to understanding how Medicare decisions fit into the mix. You have to look at everything. Together, we're going to clear up common misconceptions, spotlight the updates that matter the most, and share the key questions you need to ask as you review your plan this season. By the end, you'll feel more confident about the choices ahead. So before we dive in, if you find conversations like this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, or share it with someone you know who's sorting through Medicare right now. It helps more people find trustworthy guidance when they need it the most. All right, Carl, let's start with the question almost everyone has. Why does Medicare feel so overwhelming?
That's a great question, Vicki. For most people, Medicare only becomes real when a decision is required. And the first time that most people will see this is when they first have to sign up for Medicare. There are so many choices: Advantage plans versus original Medicare with a supplement, different drug plan, varying networks. It can feel like trying to compare apples and oranges. And you might want to throw in a pineapple also, all at once. And then there are costs. Most people must get Medicare by figuring out what they can afford is tricky. So you need to do a budget and understand your finances. If someone wants to move from an Advantage plan, Part C, to a supplemental plan, they may have to qualify medically. So switching may be impossible later on. So it isn't always simple. Another difference people don't realize is that supplemental plans are more pay as you go, while Advantage plans are pay as you use them. Each has pros and cons, but it's important to understand how these costs really show up.
That makes sense. Most people don't learn about Medicare until the clock's ticking. And then they're hit with all these options and trade-offs at once. It's so overwhelming. Carl, thank you for breaking that down so clearly. I know our viewers appreciate hearing it in plain language. And if you're watching and realizing you've had some of the same questions, stay with us because in the next segment, Carl and I are going to walk through the biggest challenges coming to Medicare in 2026 and what they could mean for you. Carl, let's discuss about what's changing next year. What are the key updates people need to take away and pay attention to for 2026?
The first big change is costs. Part B premiums are projected to increase about 11%, going from $185 to $206 per month for next year for most enrollees. That doesn't sound like a lot, but for those who smaller amounts of Social Security, this could be a big impact on what happens to them. Second, everyone needs to double check their prescription coverage to make sure their medications are still in the plan's formula that they're with. Some drugs are being moved to different tiers. Because of this, it may cost more. Finally, keep an eye on Medicare Advantage and Part D adjustments, networks, drug coverage, and out of pocket caps, which can shift from year to year.
That's huge. An 11% jump, premium jump, and possibly changes to drug coverage that can make a real difference in a retiree's monthly budget. It's just not what's new, it's what quietly changes that can catch people off guard. It's these quiet changes. So, even with the plan in place, there are things Medicare simply doesn't cover. Carl, what are some of the surprises people run into once they're already on Medicare?
One is ongoing out of pocket expenses, copays, deductibles, and other monthly costs that seem small but add up over time. Another is long term care. Medicare does not cover custodial care, nursing home stays beyond short term rehab periods, or home based assistance with daily living. And third, there are limits on certain benefits, like the number of covered days in a rehab or skilled nursing facility. Many people don't realize these limits exist until they get the bill.
That's such an important point. Knowing what's not covered is just as vital as knowing what is. Those hidden gaps can be where the biggest surprises and financial stress can appear. This is a part you'll want to jot down. The questions that can save you from confusion and costly surprises later. Carl, what are the most important questions people should ask before they enroll or make any changes?
Here are 5 big takeaways. First, do I have a financial plan that includes my Medicare costs? Many people focus only on premiums, but deductibles, prescription costs, and uncovered services all need to fit into your plan. 2, where will the funds come from to pay for Medicare? Will you use savings, Social Security, or other income sources, knowing that ahead of time helps avoid surprises? 3, what are my current and expected medical needs? If you have a chronic condition or take several prescription drugs, certain plans may be better suited, but only if you compare carefully. 4, can I keep my doctors and specialists? Always check if your providers are in the network before changing or renewing a plan. 5, if my health changes, how flexible is my plan? Some plans make it harder to switch later. Understanding your flexibility today helps you prepare for tomorrow.
Those are so valuable. Every question leads you to think about how your health care and your finances work together, not separately. And that's what this is really about: clarity, confidence, and keeping control of your decisions. Now that we're in the middle of Medicare's open enrollment period, let's talk about what you can do right now to make sure your plan still fits your needs. Carl, when someone's already enrolled, but uncertain if they should make a change, what steps should they take to review their plan wisely?
First, make a list of doctors and specialists and prescription drugs that you use and confirm each is still covered and in network. Plans update their networks and drug lists every year. Okay. Review the annual notice of change that came from your plan. That's where you'll see adjustments in premiums, copays, or other costs or benefits that are associated with it. Third, compare at least 2 or 3 options side by side, not just by monthly premiums, but by total out of pocket costs and coverage for your actual medications that you get. Fourth, get guidance from a trusted source, either a licensed professional or Free programs like your state health insurance program. Avoid making choices based on ads or mailers.
Those steps can make such a difference. Open enrollment runs from October 15th to December 7th each year, and it's your opportunity to make sure your coverage matches your health and your budget. Taking time now means fewer surprises and greater peace of mind in the years ahead. Don't just let it ride because you think it's okay. Check it every year. Today, we've covered a lot: why Medicare can feel confusing, the key changes coming for 2026, the hidden gaps that can catch people off guard, the questions you need to ask, and the steps you can take during open enrollment to make confident decisions. Here's the big takeaway I want you to remember: Medicare isn't something to set and forget. It's something to review, understand, and manage, because a small adjustment now can protect your peace of mind later. When you stay informed, you stay in control. Carl, thank you for joining me and sharing your insights so clearly. This conversation will help a lot of people make wiser decisions this season.
Thanks for having me, Vicki. I hope it helps viewers feel more confident as they look at their options for 2026.
If this episode brought you clarity, please like or subscribe or share it with someone who's navigating the Medicare maze right now. And if you have any questions or need help understanding how Medicare fits into your overall financial planning, visit bfinancialpartners.net or call 832-698-2010. We're here to help you make confident, informed decisions. I'm Vicki Joern, and remember, be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.